Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night, and let's get started. So, please forgive me for the delay because the internet stopped working yesterday and it took several hours before it came back, and it was late night, so I couldn't record. Okay, so let's go. Please have in mind that this video we are talking about late 2025. Okay, so it is not today because today till late 2025, we have a good idea how things will keep developing, and we'll be right so far. So Dow Jones, new highs, Bitcoin looking great, XRP looking good, great. Um, no news on the dollar, the gold is fantastic, etc., etc. So most of these things, excuse me, most of these markets and assets and the indexes, we so we talked about the direction way before, years before. So for example, the sun cycles versus markets, I recorded 40 years ago. Okay, so in some way this video is connected to that video. It is just a continuation because nothing changed so far. Okay, and for example, there are some people talking about a big bear that is going to arrive. No, uh, for example, the stock market, we are not going to see a bear. What we are going to see is a correction. So we won't see a trend reversal. Okay, so we must take care and watch out for the words we use because it can have a different meaning in what it's really going to happen. This is very dangerous. Okay, so remember, no trend reversals in none of them, none. Okay, so let's get started. We will start again. Remember, we are talking about 2025, late 2025. So imagine the date of this video is September 2025. Okay, we do know that things will keep going up, like we said before, and they are most likely going to stop late 2025, maybe September, maybe early January, February 2026, just like it happened with uh, the C19 break that we saw back in 2020. Most of you guys remember the call that I made back in the day. I said that most likely by the end of January we would see a big crash, and I was wrong by 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, if I'm not wrong. Uh, I really don't remember if it started on February 8 or 17. Anyway, was right about the direction. So let's start with Dow Jones. Dow Jones will go down big time, and it is going to be so ugly that will be similar or probably a bit worse than it was in 1929. Okay. Next one. So let's talk about the ones in the same direction. Okay. Dow Jones will go down, SPX index, all of it. Okay. Stocks, for example, Disney stocks, it is going to collapse big time. Probably it is going to be traded around $20 or $15. General Electrics, many of them. Excuse me, folks. So if you are really going to enter into a bigger, uh, if you are going to see a bigger war with many other countries involved, then high metal. Um, there is one in the States. It's I forgot the name now. It's Lockheed Martin, if I'm not wrong. So probably many of them will overperform against a collapse. But again, this is just a speculation so far. We don't even know if not a big war is going to happen. Actually, we do know, but what we don't know is exactly when it is going to start. Okay, so Dow Jones is going down. The whole crypto market, there is a a very important here, okay, that we are going to talk about in a few minutes. So have this in mind. For the sake of this example, the whole crypto market, it is going to crash hard in a way most people can even see or imagine. Most of the digital garbage and trash that we have in the crypto market, it is going to fade for good. Will never come back. Only a few will survive. You guys already heard this. What I'm talking about is on the technical side of things. The connection with the stock markets and the US economy, because there is a connection, okay? The crypto market is straight connected into the US economy. What else? So we have XRP. It is not the third here. That's the one that we are going to discuss. And so now let's talk about the ones that we do know are going to go up big time. If nothing new changes, if there is nothing off the charts, something that completely changes the mechanics of things that we can see today. So, who are they? Gold will go up. And now we have another thing. So, for example, off the charts that's probably going to be introduced and changed. So, this is very interesting because just like I just give an example to you guys, gold is a risky asset, and risky assets in general are going to go down. But we do know there is a proposal that was introduced 2 years ago, exactly, right here, HR 9157. You guys are aware of this, but there is no news since it was introduced. I couldn't find anything about this. So I don't know if it's just it went to a kind of archive, or if it has to be introduced again to be voted. I don't know, but it seems this is in the eyes. Okay, uh, one way or the other, there are other sources and other people as well that were considering this for many time, because this is a can be a short-term solution for global issues and also for the new economy, like a transition to the new economic model uh, that we're going to see into the near future. Okay, so as today I'm considering this. Okay, so gold will be tied, so the dollar will be tied to a measure of gold. This happening, we do know that the dollar will go up for sure, but let's focus on the gold for now. So gold having this connection to the dollar, imagine both will become one for some time. So based on this, I do expect gold to go up big time. We already have some targets. I have to make a solo video for gold, but just for the sake of the knowing, this is very important, folks, for multiple reasons. Okay, so now let's talk about the dollar. As you guys know, you guys heard, you guys see, there is a lot of people who say the dollar is a bad guy, the dollar is destroying, the dollar, inflation, printing money. So they associate bad behavior from politicians to a currency. So a currency doesn't care about none of this, okay? But it can be manipulated, so it will suffer. So in one way or the other, the dollar is a victim here. So it's not the villain, the bad guy, okay? One example, if it wasn't the USA and the dollar, it would be other country or other major power with their currency. And they would have to do the very same things, the exact same things. Okay, so for you guys to remember, we know, but we don't hear this a lot. What is inflation? It's very simple. 99, or let's say 95% of people will say is the rise of prices. And this is not true. This is a consequence of something else. You see? So inflation is monetary expansion. Okay? And then those guys may say, well, you see, Monetary expansion, they're printing money. Yes, but the United States and the dollar is a global currency, also a global reserve currency, and the United States has to provide the liquidity. Also, the United States is forced by law to provide liquidity. So it is not just printing because they want, it's printing because they have to. Okay. And of course, there are a party that makes a lot of money out of it, right? Uh, we talked about this as well, that into the near future, taxes will be adjusted globally. We are going to have 15% set for everybody, every country. One of the things that creates poverty and takes money from, for example, that makes the middle class bleed is high taxes. Okay, one of the way the socialists, leftists, and communists, the first thing they always do when they take power is to raise taxes, because by raising taxes they inflate the state and make the people who work poor. So that's the plan. Take with time. So it's interesting because they do this always slowly, slowly. It's like the frog in the boiling water. Uh, so we can have all those things together. First, we are going to have high interest rates, and then most likely, slowly, we are going to see a decrease in taxes because high taxes kills the economy with time. Okay, so you can see that also in the United States, but not only in the United States, also in Europe and also in the South America. Those they are not crazy at all. They are following agenda. That's it. They've been raising taxes like there is no tomorrow. This weakens the economy and also helps to create more inflation. Okay, because the state doesn't produce anything at all, so they only spend and spend and spend for support to stay in power. And I can go further on this. Okay, we are under censorship, so there is a lot of things that I can say, but I believe you guys can understand. So high interest rates in the dollar will make the dollar stronger. Also, a dollar tied to gold will be both on steroids. They will be very, very strong. What happens with high interest rates? Dollars all around the world will come back into the United States. It's a time to invest in money. So what? There are many ways, right? But that's not the point of this conversation right now. This money coming back to the United States, a strong dollar, will help to fix and adjust the economy, and the economy will adjust itself. I'll also have this in mind and always remember the only way to fix inflation is through deflation. Okay? Also, with deflation, what else comes? Less liquidity, less money in the markets. So we all of us being heard about liquidity, 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 liquidity crisis, etc., etc. So we are already seeing the Federal Reserve adding a lot of money to the market to pump the market, and then they started to take money from the market, and they stopped and be doing in small basis, okay, small moves. So it's far, far away from what they projected. And with all this, imagine a scenario 2025, big crash, strong dollar, money leaving all the markets. How and where liquidity is going to come from? You see? So by creating all these adjustments, killing inflation once and for all, adjusting the economy, interest rates, all those things will create the perfect scenario for the change into the new economic model. Also, remember that the 15% taxes, it's something that will be introduced in the future. It's for the new model, not for the old. Okay? So, strong dollar. And then some people may say, well, what after? Okay, we do know what's coming after. One-to-one currencies. The dollar to euro, one-to-one to the GDP, British pound, one-to-one, Japanese yen, one-to-one, Brazilian real, one-to-one. This is the level playing field. In my opinion, the gold standard doesn't create a level playing field, but leads to it. It is the way, the path, you know. But we are going to find out very soon how all of this is going to happen. Many of you may be asking yourselves right now, what XRP has to do with all this? And now is where you guys are going to have a big surprise. So we are almost there. Hang on. What is the other guy here that it's missing? Uh, US bonds. We do know and we have technical evidence that bonds will be very strong, just like the dollar will be as well. So we can see this in the charts. It is just a matter of time and we are very, very close. And also, guys, remember my plan, right? So, short story. My plan on 12 months to quit the market, take profits, it's based on when the Federal Reserve start cutting rates. So once they start, I will count 12 months, maybe a little before, maybe a little after, I will be looking to quit. Okay, so just for you guys to remember, and we set a solid background here so we can continue. Um, I think I missed. No, so Bitcoin is going to go down once this happens, all these things. One of the impacts on Bitcoin, it is going to be, I don't know if you guys, so you guys saw probably in one of my last videos that the Greenpeace folks been asking, if I'm not wrong, was the European government to stop or to change Bitcoin algorithm or to ban mining. And folks, this is going to happen. And so a few days ago, just a few weeks ago, right after I recorded the video, the Greenpeace came back asking BlackRock to change the Bitcoin algorithm. Okay, so this, folks, is the narrative or the first news before the event to pave the way for a change that is going to come. Okay, so they introduce these headlines slowly for people to start to think about. It is not for people to make a decision right after. And so it's starting. It is starting to happen already. And I made a video about the ecosystem behind Bitcoin that is making Bitcoin bleed. So Bitcoin here is a victim as well. So it's not the bad guy. The bad guys are the ones behind Bitcoin. But once Bitcoin start to crash, we will have a threshold. And in this threshold, we will have the point where it's not Bitcoin won't mining Bitcoin won't be profitable anymore. So what are all those guys going to do? They will stop mining Bitcoin. And so the queues and the time to validate each chain will increase and increase and increase. And the ones who doesn't have an option and we will still want to move their money or whatever through the Bitcoin chain, they'll have to pay more fees. And so this creates another problem. And there will be a point where the Bitcoin blockchain will halt because miners won't be mining anymore. And we saw something close to this back in 2017 or it was 2018. I don't remember exactly when we had the hash wars. You guys remember? Bitcoin against Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Crash, which is owned and controlled by Craig. You guys probably remember this. And so what happened? They were able to almost join uh, Bitcoin network or the chain. Okay, I really don't remember if it was 17 or 18. I think it was in 18. So to move Bitcoin, it was taking long, long, long hours. Now imagine if the blockchain halts. And this is also connected with we are going to talk about XRP right now. And folks, you guys remember my forecast for XRP, and I made very clear, I explained it many, many times that that forecast where I see $20 range, maybe 30, 40 and 50, it's a possibility, but it is in a red range, which is uh, dangerous, okay? The thing is, in that analysis, I only consider what we have today. So what we have today, the trial is still going on. We don't have yet full scale utility, and we don't know when it is going to kick in and happen. And so I used the things at hand. And with the tools at hand, things at hand, I can see, let's say 30, 40. Okay. Now the thing is, after what happened yesterday, that you guys are aware, banks not working, hospitals not working, machines into the retail market not working, computers, like I went to a drugstore uh, today to buy my mom medication, and was talking with a girl there, an employee, and she said that their uh, the spot where people go to pay the cash in, cash out, I don't remember the word in English, please forgive me, stayed with the blue screen all day. It was very, very complicated. Uh, some big companies and offices, people arrived, they did what they could, no internet, no computer at all. Uh, Basically, we can do much without the internet. And so they start to go back home. And so I was asking myself a lot of problems just because a kind of a glitch or a bug, it doesn't add it to my understanding, you know, there is something there is missing. And I was starting to think, well, hold on just a second. Banks stopped working. Banks and payments and rails and all of it. We do know that money always finds a way, always. Okay, always. This is the law. It will never change. And so I was thinking about something that some people already talked about, but in a different way, a different approach. So my approach is I'm raising questions because I want to know, right? Questions move the world. And so the thing is, I asked myself this question. We do know that our XRPL doesn't go offline. Hmm. So XRPL, there is nobody behind mining, you know, to validate. It is like a living being. So I started to think. By the time, because we do know something similar with this is going to happen, but in a much worse way. And I already shared this with you guys a few years ago about the Bilderberg, forgive me, meetings, and they've been discussing these things: economy, cyber threats, new economy. Enough. You guys know there's a lot of things that I can't talk about here, but you guys can do your research and find out in their website. Okay, I went there yesterday again, and it's everything still there. So now just imagine something worse than what happened yesterday happening again. Banks not working, no payments, chaos. What if, what if all of those institutions and banks, also Swift was not working as well. There is something wrong. There is something very, very wrong. Very. And to be honest, the Swift thing was the most important, in my opinion, into my understanding about this thing. So, what if all those institutions and banks and rails they join the RippleNet, which moves on XRPL, to keep going, to avoid that, let's say, collapse or technical issue, whatever the word we can find here to talk about that. Folks, this scenario, if true, so again, I'm asking questions, I'm not making a call. So if this is true, if this happens, we are not far away from it. Um, this could be that big utility that we see crumbs and clues all over. Okay. And of course, if this happens, XRP is going to have a big, big price appreciation, which is today off the charts, today, in today analysis 2024. So we are talking about 2025. If they join, all of them connected into RippleNet XRPL, it is going to be a lot, a monster lot. It is going to be big monster insane. So XRP is right here, folks. Right here. And now what I want to share with you guys is in this so this chart here, it is not just a chart. The metrics here are adjusted to Dow Jones. Dow Jones is in a different realm than XRP is. Okay, uh, we could get a similar number, but similar doesn't make things straight, which creates a problem. So, for example, XRP peak was 3 in 30. Here it's 2. Okay, just for guys to have a idea. And if we make a projection here based on the past and what we have, considering the margin for error in this scale, in Dow Jones scale, I believe, so again, if all these things happens, 2025 or 2026, all of this happening, here I could find more than $100 for each XRP. But again, there's always something else that connects. If right after the trial, or let's say late 2025 or beginning of 2026, they announce the partnership with Ripple and Bank of America. This itself can send XRP probably to $100. This event alone, maybe. I'm speculating here, okay? I could find 100 here. With this news, maybe it is a validation, maybe. The other thing, again, this big utility could send XRP over $1,000. Of course it could, easily, easily. So the question behind all of these things and fundamentals and ideas is what we could expect or what we could do. And the easiest way to put this in the table is what's your risk management? Do you have one? You don't. This is the most important thing at this moment to do it today, 2024. Why? Just for the sake of this example, let's say that XRP goes up $30, $40. Actually, XRP is going. We don't know exactly where. Let's say $40. Now let's speculate that all this big utility, all those things will only come, let's say mid 2026. This will create a time frame for uh, things to face a correction that XRP may be involved if XRP is not tied into that utility. So I was thinking, okay, so maybe straight to 40, a few steps on the way, $40. Then everything starts to go down, dollar up, gold up, bonds up, and XRP starts to go down a little. Then, right after, real utility kicks in and XRP goes straight above. So this could create a problem, which is we don't know, and there will be no way to know in advance. So maybe you take profits and you end up not happy because let's say you sold at 30. Oh, great. It falls down to 15 and then it goes up 50, 100. But there is also the risk if you don't take profits. Okay, so the thing is, risk management works uh, in an individual way. For example, what works for me is not going to work for you, and what works for you, it's probably not going to work for your neighbor, or to your friend, or a parent. You know, so this is a very very particular thing. People who are selling the idea about exit plans and targets to exit, they are going to make a lot of people to suffer and bleed and hate and feel shame for a long, long time. So again, you need a plan. Everybody need a plan, and not only for XRP. And please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. What I'm telling to you is that you have to do your research, you have to learn and find out this as soon as possible. What you're going to do with one scenario and what you're going to do if the other scenario plays out. Okay? Uh, the most easiest way to mislead people about what they are doing and what is going to happen is two moves. For example, like the one I explained to you guys. Let's say 30, 15, 100. You see? So a lot of people will be happy uh, with their profits, but then it was a trap. Anything continues to go. So we have to be prepared in a way that we are not going to see any surprises at all. Okay? Another thing, and this is also very, very, very important. Everything is becoming digital. Assets, gold, silver, petrol, stocks, all those things. And soon they will start to move through rails. And this is a big, big clue, folks. So just for you guys to have an example, just a simple thing, very simple thing. Um, let me see one example. For example, Steam. You guys know it's a place that you can go and buy your games, favorite games, and then there are multiple ways to make payments there. Okay, so imagine one with digital cash, and this platform can be connected with many many other platforms. So let's use the game industry as one example. So Steam can be connected to EA Games, Origin, and or Blizzard or Ubisoft, and then you can exchange and buy. You know, if I'm not wrong, Counter-Strike have a market with loot boxes, rare items, they have value. So imagine you being able to sell like a skin or whatever. I really don't know. And you have that money in your wallet. And then you can use that money to buy something in another platform. Something like this. So things will be connected, okay? But they are going to move into a rail, okay? So now back to digital gold, digital silver. digital petrol. They all will have to move into a rail. And we do heard this already for XRP. Digital gold, XRP, moving. You guys know it, right? Now imagine all those things that we talked about. Let's start again. Digital dollar, high interest rates, dollar on steroids. Gold standard, gold also going up. Digital gold. Um, we will have by then most likely Ripple stablecoin. And this, I'm not saying this is going to be the dollar. It's a representation of the dollar. Okay, so just like the USDC. Now imagine, folks, all those things connected, all of them. And let's say Ripple XRPL can be the first, and then Swift connects into the XRPL RippleNet. We will have, let's say, by the time maybe only one option that then we can see other, like other rail, because we are most likely not end up with only one. We are probably going to have two or three because of the monopoly laws in rules you guys are aware. We can have just like just one rail, okay? Also for obvious reasons, if that rail goes offline, something happens, everything stops, right? But again, it can be the bigger one, and the other one can be a smaller version or being adopted in only some places. But all of them will be connected. And this, folks, it's what is triggering me about starting to consider a different scenario for XRP, which we can see, let's say, after late 2025 and before 2027. Okay, so yeah, very interesting. Also, 2025 we end up with a 9. 9, so far as we know, it's a good representation for the ones who are in charge. 10, so 2026 ends in a 10. 10 is the one that they really don't like. I can use straight words, you guys probably understand for uh, uh, real reasons, right? You guys probably understand this. So 9 for them is good, 10 is bad, 11 a beginning or a new beginning. And the next 9 we are going to have is exactly 2027. It is fair to assume that 1 year straight going down, maybe 2, it's feasible. It's likely to happen. Okay, but it's a lot of information. It's a lot of things to consider. This multiple analysis integrated and connected, I know can be a lot to digest, to make sense about it, especially if you are beginning to this. I try to use easy and simple words so you can uh, figure it out step by step. We still do have some time, and time here it's very important. And yeah, another thing, not long ago we talked about that the next crash, it is going to fix and change a lot of things. But the next crash, it's not the last. The next one after this one is the one who will send things back to the Stone Age. And I'm not joking, okay? Soon, probably in a few months, I may record a video about this. Today is not the time. Again, one step at a time because otherwise things start to become crazy, okay? And you can learn through my experience. How many times you guys asked yourselves, for example, wish I could see the future. Wish I could see what could happen in like a few months or a year. Many of us already asked this question. And folks, knowing these things comes at a high price. The burden of the knowing, it is something beyond, folks. It is beyond. It is sometimes I have to stay alone, complete silence, to put things in order in my mind, because otherwise you can go nuts, go crazy. You have to control your anxiety, your fear, your emotions, because if you don't, they are going to control you. And in the markets, when it comes down to investments and money, there is no room for these things, and they can destroy you. Okay, so it's a eternal battle, never ending. So which side is going to win? The logical, strategy, organization, discipline, or fear, anxiety, uh, and everything bad that comes with it, emotions, and etc. etc. So whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to achieve, if you are learning, please go one step at a time, one battle each day, and go this slowly and patiently. Learn, study, repeat. This is the best way you can grow in knowledge, uh, that will help you to figure out what you can do that is best for you, for your interests. Okay, so that's it, folks. I hope this can help you. For you have to have a bigger idea of things that are going to happen, how they're going to happen, and how you can adjust yourself, and yeah, figure out your strategy so you can come out of this with the best outcome possible, which is what all of us are looking to do right now. And this has been a long journey, fascinating journey. We are learning a lot, and day after day. Uh, so we in the Champions Club are about to create a new tool that is going to help uh, in better read the best times to make investments. So it is not for traders, only for investors. So very soon, I hope, we will be able to create this tool, which is going to be fascinating. And it is going to be another one for our arsenal. We already have some that are exclusive. Nobody else out there have it. And even these things, and even for us that are not hookies, takes time and must be done step by step, because otherwise anxiety takes over and then everything just blows up. Okay, so let's keep it going. Let's keep doing our thing. XRP is looking great. I don't think this is the start already, the big one. Not yet. But I do believe that we are almost there. We are very, very close. Okay. In the macro picture, nothing changed for XRP. The move down below, I talked about this in the last XRP video, if I'm not wrong, that XRP could go down into the 40 cents range, but would come up big time right after. You guys can go and check it out. I talked about this even before it happened. So, and it happened. Right now, it's almost 6 cents. It's a range, but it's looking good because there is no change in the bigger picture yet. Also, there is no bull break yet on XRP. For now, we can see more consolidation and continuation before the big one. Okay, so maybe tomorrow, let me take a look here. Tomorrow, yeah, maybe tomorrow I can record a video, a fast video on XRP, just for you guys uh, to have a short-term better understanding, as all of this that we are talking about is the macro of the macro picture of all those things. Okay, so folks, thanks again. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your support, for all the kind words. You guys are fantastic. You guys are amazing. Please don't forget to smash the like button, Share with your friends, with your enemies, the cat, the dog, the fish, the turtle, the neighbor, your parents. Share with everybody, folks, because we are we are a few people, but we can reach at least a few others more, right? And then someone can benefit from all this information. Okay, so thanks again, and I will see you guys soon. Stay safe and see ya.